Joe Isuzu was a fictional spokesperson for Isuzu cars and trucks from 1986 until 1990.
This is my mom. And if everything I say about the four-wheel drive Isuzu Trooper 2 isn't true, may she be struck by lightning. It can carry a symphony orchestra, or every book in the Library of Congress. And the nice part is the Trooper 2 starts at just $10.80. You have my mom's word on it. Mom?
See the affordable four-wheel drive Trooper 2 at your Isuzu dealer today.
Back in the 1980s, a little-known company called Isuzu Cars found an unusual way of differentiating themselves in the U.S. market. They wanted to flip the script on traditional commercials found on television sets and magazine ads in the U.S., finding an authentic brand voice as a counter to the most inauthentic human being on the planet, the made-up character named Joe Isuzu. In 1981, Japanese motor manufacturer Isuzu entered the U.S. market, aiming to compete with Toyota and other leading brands like Honda, Mitsubishi, and Nissan. Of course, Isuzu didn't have a large advertising budget like the others, spending less than 1/10 of the other competing companies' ad budgets. Isuzu's goal was to build its brand image and increase awareness, as well as sales. At the time, car ads for most brands were mundane, hero shots of the vehicle, driven on twisty roads, on top of what were down and dirty promotions, and price-heavy ads for local dealers, often focusing on the personality of the dealer principal. Sales in the first few years after entry of Isuzu into the US showed healthy growth. From a launch market share, they sold roughly 28,000 cars in 1981. Isuzu experienced steady growth to a market share, and by 1985, they sold roughly 105,000 vehicles. Yet Isuzu knew it had to break the mold if it wanted to have any chance at success in this highly competitive market. To get to the next level, Isuzu turned to ad agency Della, Femina, Travisano, and Partners. In 1986, they created the fictional sales and pitchman, Joe Isuzu. Joe Isuzu was played by actor David Leisure. Leisure's previous work was working as a Hare Krishna man in the 1980 movie Airplane. After a period of hardship in which he lived in his car, he found work as a commercial pitchman, including a series of commercials for Bell Atlantic. His big break, though, came when he was hired to play the iconic Joe Isuzu. David Leisure would come to immortalize the 1980s pop culture iconic salesman as Joe Isuzu, who was a pathological liar who made outrageous and overinflated claims about Isuzu cars, with one commercial even casting him as the boy who cried wolf. Joe Isuzu's satire of the advertising and automotive sales business met with some resistance within those industries among those who felt the character reflected poorly on them, the stereotypical car salesman. The segments aired on American television in 1986 to 1990, reaching their zenith in 1987 after the character was featured during Super Bowl XXI. Joe boasted things that were completely unbelievable, the height of inauthenticity. Cars that cost $10.80, he had moved over the decimal point, cars that could drive up mountains or get 300 miles to the gallon, all with the actor David Leisure's signature smile and promise. You have my word on it. Of course, the brand voice would counter each of Joe's claims with statements that appeared on the screen, such as, "He's lying," and generally disputing any claims he made. The 4-year campaign from 1986 to 1990 dramatically increased consumer awareness of Isuzu. The brand's authentic voice was overlaid as a counter to Joe Isuzu. In effect, the consumer was in on the joke. Car salespeople were seen then and now as notoriously untrustworthy, stopping at nothing to make the deal. Isuzu offered an alternative perspective, putting the character Joe Isuzu into the market as an extremely ingenuine character as a polar opposite to the honest, straight-talking brand and Presumably, it's honest, straight-talking, real salespeople at the dealerships. Joe Isuzu was a major success, causing a significant jump in Isuzu sales the year he was introduced and maintaining those sales in the following years. In an effort to further boost sales and assuage concerns that Joe Isuzu was becoming more famous than the Isuzu vehicles he was trying to sell, Isuzu, the ad campaign, to make Joe more honest about Isuzu's benefits, compensating with more assertive sales tactics, such as ambushing salesmen trying to sell other brands by mentioning Isuzu's superior performance to the customer and luring them to Isuzu. The saga of Joe Isuzu serves as an interesting and highly creative way of building a brand's voice and authenticity by doing the polar opposite. Like many other brands, Isuzu joked with its consumer audience, gambling that a non-traditional advertising image would strike a chord with consumers. Isuzu retired as shady spokesman in 1990, but people still shout, "Hey, there goes Joe Isuzu," when they see actor David Leisure. It's one of the few cases where the character outlasted the brand in the market. In 1991, after stagnating sales, Isuzu fired Della Femina, ending Joe Isuzu's initial run. Leisure reprised his role as Joe Isuzu in the 1992 A&W cream soda commercial. True to form, Isuzu made outrageous claims about the soda. The Joe Isuzu campaign was resurrected briefly in 1999 and continued until 2001 to promote several cars such as the Isuzu Axiom. In the long run, Isuzu couldn't overcome challenges such as product design, dealer network support, and lack of marketing funding to compete against the bigger players. By 2008, it had largely exited the US market. In 2012, Daily Finance named David Leisure number 15 of top 25 celebrity spokespeople of all time for having portrayed Joe Isuzu in Isuzu advertisements. A decade after Isuzu exited the US market, Leisure reprised the role in a 2018 commercial for Johnny 5, an Isuzu Trooper repairman. Thank you for sticking around until the end. I will finish this one with one of my favorite Joe Isuzu commercials.
Hi, I'm Joe Isuzu. Here, in my factory, I equip these iMarks with millions of standard features, like a breakfast nook, twin satellite dishes, and for those kids, a frozen yogurt machine. Prices start at $69.99 with 5.9% financing. And if you miss 8 or 9 payments, that's okay. I trust you.
The Isuzu iMark, for a limited time with 5.9% financing.
Thank you for watching. If you like this content, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Thanks.